All right, Coach. What's it look like? How bad is it?
The lab work, well, it's not terrible, but
Yeah.
there's some things to work on.
Okay.
So, which is good because that's
Yeah.
why, we're here and checking
exactly.
things. So good things, I like to start with the good things. Your metabolic panel, kidney function, liver enzymes, electrolytes, all pretty good. Liver enzymes would be slightly higher. They're still within normal limits based on the labs, but it'd be nicer to have them lower. So that's one thing. But otherwise, it was all normal. And then your blood count's perfectly fine.
Okay.
No anemia, no signs of infection, nothing like that. So those all look great.
Awesome. And what's the liver enzyme piece?
The specific tests that I'm looking at are your ALT and your AST. They're two enzymes. And they're found in the liver and other places, but if they're high, then it means some sort of inflammation, damage to the liver. And that can be from a lot of different things.
Okay.
It can be from an infection. It can be from being overweight or obese. Alcohol is at one too. So, alcohol is not great in the liver, so that can do it too. So a whole bunch of different things that could raise those.
Okay. So if I can lower my percent body fat, that might help.
It might help.
Liver
yeah.
enzymes.
It
Okay.
might, yeah. Don't take too much Tylenol and
Yeah.
ibuprofen. Those all can make. Hopefully, you're not taking too much of it. You're
Right.
feeling good, but
Yeah.
And a lot of other medications too. But in
Okay.
general, that would be that piece.
Okay.
Yeah. So overall, like I said, those look good. If we go to some of the other labs that I wanted to point out, your cholesterol is high, which seems like is not new news to you.
Right, yeah.
So not unknown, but it is high. Total cholesterol was 248. And then your LDL, which people often call your bad cholesterol, is 171, which is high.
Yeah.
Usually if your LDL, if it's 190 or above, that's one reason someone would start a medication.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a reason you started the medication. I don't know where it was before.
Right.
But
Yeah.
possibly.
It was way higher.
Yeah, I bet. So the medication's working, but
Yeah.
it's still high. So that's something we can certainly watch as you eat through the salmon to see how much improvement we can see with that.
Yeah.
And then the other one I wanted to point out is your hemoglobin A1C, which is a blood sugar test. It's kind of a 3-month average of your blood sugar levels. And normal would be under 5.7. And diabetes would be 6.5 or above.
Okay.
You're at 5.8. So you're just into that mid-range,
Yeah.
what you might call pre-diabetes. You just shared with me that you do have a family history of diabetes, so it's
Yeah,
something to
for
keep
sure.
an eye on. Certainly the better you eat, the better that number usually is, and then exercise is really important with that too. So
Yeah.
exercise, nutrition, especially carbohydrates, added sugars, all those tasty things.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will help. Then the question is it the fish or is it the lack of the other food?
Right.
But if we see improvement, I guess I don't care for you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That's kind of, I think, the idea too is if you insert a positive habit, that does affect other things.
Absolutely.
And part of it too is, you talked about working out. If I eat a whole bunch of sugar and burgers and fries, I might not really feel like working out. I might feel more sluggish
for sure.
and all that. Whereas if I eat seafood, which is not necessarily going to go with fries and a beer, it's more like it goes with rice, other things that are
Yes.
healthy anyway,
Yes.
then I might feel better to go out and exercise. So one thing I think
Agree.
affects another thing is what does this look like, this journey, and how one thing might affect another thing.
Yeah. If you start eating healthy and you think, I eat healthy, I am a healthy person, well, I need to exercise too. It does, it builds on it.
Yeah.
If salmon is your gateway drug into a healthy lifestyle, great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I did a few additional blood tests that aren't necessarily standard, but kind of
Yeah.
interesting to look at. One is called your Lp(a). It gives us a little more idea what your risk for heart disease is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's mainly genetic, so it's not one that people can really change a whole lot. Lower is better, and definitely above 50 for the Lp(a) is when we start thinking, ooh, you might be at higher risk. You were at 23. So that's good.
Okay.
Because it's not that 50 or above. So yay, at least you
Yeah.
don't have that
Have
on
a
top of the
genetic
high
disposition.
cholesterol. Yes.
Yeah.
That's just kind of nice information to have.
Yeah.
The other one was called an ApoB, and that also gives us an idea of, I guess, heart disease risk. This one is a little more usually correlated with the LDL. So if LDL is high, ApoB is usually high. Yours was, I guess I'd say mildly elevated. It wasn't crazy, but it was a little high at 119, which makes sense with the LDL being high.
Yeah.
And that one can be brought down like LDL can with those lifestyle changes and medications.
Okay.
Yeah. So
because I have a genetic disposition for diabetes because of my family history and high cholesterol. These are a couple things that, would be interesting to track.
You want to see if it's going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Hopefully all these changes will help and it's going in the right direction. But
Yeah.
you'll want to know if they're going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, it will. So we'll keep you all updated.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks again.
Of course.